In the vast landscape of human potential, intelligence reveals itself through subtle, almost imperceptible threads that weave through the fabric of our daily existence. Most people chase obvious markers of brilliance, academic achievements, professional success, or impressive test scores, but true intelligence whispers in the quiet moments, in the nuanced interactions that most fail to perceive. There exists a rare breed of individuals who carry within them an extraordinary cognitive signature, a set of traits so uncommon that they remain invisible to the untrained eye, yet so profound that they fundamentally reshape how we understand human capability. Imagine for a moment the complexity of the human mind, a labyrinth of neural pathways that stretch far beyond conventional understanding. Within this intricate landscape, only a small fraction of individuals exhibit extraordinary cognitive markers that defy traditional measurement. These are not the stereotypical geniuses celebrated in academic halls or technological boardrooms, but rather those who navigate life with an almost intuitive mastery that seems to transcend ordinary perception. Their intelligence is not a loud proclamation, but a subtle, almost ethereal presence that manifests in ways most would overlook. The first of these strange signs emerges in the realm of emotional fluidity, a capacity to read between the lines of human interaction with an almost supernatural precision. These individuals possess an uncanny ability to understand the unspoken, to sense the emotional undercurrents that flow beneath surface conversations. Where others hear words, they perceive entire emotional landscapes, detecting subtle shifts in tone, micro-expressions, and the silent spaces between sentences. This is not mere empathy, but a deep psychological attunement that allows them to navigate complex social dynamics with an almost musical grace. Consider how most people interact. Mechanically, often trapped in superficial exchanges that barely scratch the surface of human complexity. But these rare individuals move through social environments like skilled navigators, reading the emotional terrain with a depth that seems almost impossible. They can sense tension before it materializes, understand conflict before it erupts, and offer support in ways that feel simultaneously precise and profoundly intuitive. Their intelligence manifests not through intellectual displays, but through an extraordinary capacity to understand the hidden emotional architecture of human experience. Another extraordinary marker of this uncommon intelligence lies in their relationship with uncertainty and complexity. While most seek comfort in predictability, these individuals thrive in ambiguity, seeing potential where others see only confusion. They possess a remarkable cognitive flexibility that allows them to hold multiple perspectives simultaneously, to dance between different modes of thinking without becoming entangled or overwhelmed. This is not about having the right answers, but about maintaining an open, adaptive mental state that can transform challenges into opportunities. If these words feel like they're pulling something inside you, let yourself respond gently, perhaps with a like or a quiet moment shared below. And if this journey resonates, follow us and become part of a community that sees beyond the ordinary. Your curiosity might be the first sign of the extraordinary intelligence waiting to be awakened within you. The journey of extraordinary intelligence unfolds not through grand gestures, but through the most subtle and profound mechanisms of perception and adaptation. These rare individuals possess a remarkable capacity for metacognitive processing, an ability to observe their own thought patterns with a level of detachment and insight that transforms self-awareness into a powerful tool of personal evolution. Where most people are prisoners of their habitual thinking, these cognitive pioneers navigate the landscape of their inner world with an almost surgical precision, constantly recalibrating their understanding of themselves and the world around them. Imagine the human mind as a complex ecosystem, constantly shifting, adapting, and responding to internal and external stimuli. Most people experience their thoughts as a linear, predictable stream, a narrative that seems fixed and immutable. But for those with this extraordinary cognitive signature, thoughts become fluid landscapes, territories to be explored, challenged, and transformed. They possess an almost supernatural ability to step outside their own mental constructs, to question the very foundations of their beliefs and perceptions with a ruthless yet compassionate curiosity. This unique form of intelligence manifests as a profound capacity for pattern recognition that extends far beyond conventional understanding. Where others see isolated events, these individuals perceive intricate interconnections, complex systems of meaning that weave through seemingly unrelated experiences. Their minds operate like sophisticated neural networks, constantly processing information at multiple levels simultaneously. They can detect subtle correlations, understand systemic dynamics, and anticipate potential outcomes with an intuition that borders on mystical. The depth of their cognitive processing reveals itself in their approach to learning and personal growth. Unlike those who accumulate knowledge as a linear progression of facts, these individuals absorb information holistically, transforming each experience into a profound opportunity for understanding. Their learning is not about accumulation, but about integration. Each new piece of knowledge becomes a catalyst for fundamental reimagining of their entire cognitive framework. They don't just learn. They undergo continuous metamorphosis, with each insight reshaping their entire understanding of reality. Psychological resilience emerges as another extraordinary marker of this unique intelligence. While most people become paralyzed by challenges, these individuals possess an almost alchemical ability to transmute adversity into personal growth. Setbacks are not obstacles, but opportunities for deep psychological exploration. They understand that true intelligence is not about avoiding failure, but about developing an extraordinary capacity to learn, adapt, and emerge stronger from every experience. Their minds are not rigid structures, but dynamic, self-healing ecosystems that grow more powerful through challenge and complexity. If this reflection echoes something you've carried silently, you are not alone. Feel free to leave your thoughts or simply be here with us. And if you wish, subscribe and return when the path calls again. Your journey of understanding is just beginning, and every step matters more than you might realize. The most profound manifestation of extraordinary intelligence emerges in the depths of inner silence. In those moments when the mind transcends its own limitations and touches something beyond mere cognitive processing. This is not intelligence as a measurable quantity, but as a living, breathing essence that penetrates the very core of human experience. Those rare individuals who embody this cognitive mastery understand that true wisdom lies not in the accumulation of knowledge, but in the capacity to dissolve the very boundaries that separate perception from understanding. Imagine consciousness as an infinite landscape, where most people wander confined by the narrow corridors of conditioned thinking. But these extraordinary minds move like quantum explorers, breaking through the invisible walls of psychological limitation. They possess an almost supernatural ability to sit with discomfort, to embrace the unknown with a courage that defies conventional understanding. Their intelligence is a form of radical presence, a way of being that transforms every moment into a portal of potential transformation. The internal world of these rare individuals becomes a laboratory of continuous psychological alchemy. They do not merely observe their thoughts. They dance with them, challenge them, deconstruct the very mechanisms of perception that most people accept as immutable reality. Where others see fixed identity, they perceive a fluid ecosystem of consciousness, constantly shifting, adapting, evolving. Each moment becomes an opportunity for profound self-discovery, each challenge an invitation to expand beyond previously understood limitations. Psychological depth becomes their primary terrain of exploration. They understand that intelligence is not a static quality, but a dynamic process of continuous becoming. Their minds operate like sophisticated quantum systems, capable of holding multiple perspectives simultaneously, of seeing through the illusion of fixed reality. They move between different modes of perception with an ease that seems almost supernatural, breaking down the artificial barriers between rational thought and intuitive understanding. The most extraordinary aspect of their cognitive signature lies in their capacity for radical empathy, a form of understanding that transcends individual experience and touches the universal human condition. They can simultaneously hold personal pain and collective suffering, seeing the intricate web of human experience with a clarity that dissolves the boundaries between self and other. Their intelligence is not about personal achievement, but about a profound connection to the deeper currents of human existence. This is a journey of radical transformation, where intelligence becomes a living, breathing entity that cannot be contained by traditional definitions. It is a path of continuous dissolution, of limiting beliefs, of conditioned responses, of the very structures of perception that keep most individuals trapped in narrow, predictable existence. They walk a razor's edge between profound insight and the mystery of unknowing, understanding that true wisdom lies in the courage to remain open, to question everything, to never settle for comfortable illusions. In the ultimate landscape of human potential, true intelligence reveals itself as a profound act of becoming, a continuous process of transformation that transcends the limitations of individual perception. Those rare souls who embody this extraordinary cognitive signature understand that life is not a destination to be reached, but an infinite journey of self-discovery, a perpetual unfolding of consciousness that challenges every preconceived notion of human capability. They have learned the most profound secret, that intelligence is not something you possess, but something you become moment by moment, breath by breath. The journey of extraordinary minds is not linear, but cyclical, a constant process of death and rebirth, of breaking down and rebuilding the very foundations of understanding. These individuals move through life with a fluidity that defies conventional expectations, their consciousness a living, breathing ecosystem of continuous adaptation. They have learned to embrace uncertainty as their greatest teacher, to see complexity not as a challenge to be conquered, but as a mysterious invitation to deeper understanding. What distinguishes these extraordinary beings is their capacity for radical self-transformation. They do not merely adapt to life. They reimagine it continuously. Each experience becomes an opportunity for profound internal alchemy, a chance to shed outdated patterns of thinking and being. Their intelligence manifests as a form of radical presence, a way of engaging with a world that is simultaneously deeply vulnerable and incredibly powerful. They understand that true strength lies not in resistance, but in the courage to remain open, to feel deeply, to challenge everything. The psychological landscape of these rare individuals is a terrain of continuous exploration. They have transcended the traditional boundaries of self, understanding that consciousness is not a fixed entity, but a dynamic, ever-evolving process. Their minds operate like sophisticated quantum systems, capable of holding multiple perspectives, of seeing through the illusion of separateness. They move between different modes of perception with an ease that seems to defy the very laws of cognitive processing. In the final analysis, this extraordinary intelligence is less about intellectual prowess and more about a profound capacity for transformation. It is an intelligence of the heart as much as of the mind, a way of being that dissolves the artificial barriers between thought and feeling, between individual experience and universal connection. These individuals have learned to listen to the deepest whispers of their inner landscape, to trust the wisdom that emerges from beyond the rational mind. If this story helped you see a part of yourself more clearly, leave a trace, like a comment, a decision to walk with us. Subscribe, and let this space be part of your own healing. Your journey of extraordinary intelligence is not a destination, but a continuous unfolding, and every moment holds the potential for profound transformation. They said you were weird, but the truth is, your mind sees what others can't. Subscribe to discover the genius hidden beneath the silence.